Welcome, everybody. It's episode number 36 of the PokeGuardian podcast. And I'm Taj from PokéTaj. And I'm joined here by, as usual, by Zakariya. Welcome,
Hello,
Zakariya.
everyone. Thank you. Welcome.
So, yeah, today it's been a while since the last podcast. Apologies, a busy schedule over the festive period, and there's a lot to cover. So, we're going to crack on. We're going to do the usual thing that we normally do. We're going to talk about card highlights. So, Zakariya, let's talk about what you've picked up since the last podcast.
Yeah, I picked up too many, but I think for now I'll just keep it very simple. VSTAR Universe.
Yep.
So I have opened 3 boxes, including the Irida set, which sadly did not give me anything nice. I think you stole the pulls from me.
Oh, mate, yeah. I think my luck ran out after that. If
Yeah.
you've seen my 5 boxes, you'll understand.
Yes. But yeah, this is my latest box. Let me shift the camera, can pick it up. This is the
We
Lunatone.
start off with my favorite card in the set.
It's an amazing card.
Yeah.
And then the matching Soul Rock.
Yep.
That is a very nice
I think the
matching.
two artists complement each other really well with the artwork as well. I think
Yeah, I agree. This Sui and Gudra, which is an
nice.
amazing card as well. Then Leafeon V-Star, which is I really wanted. It was on my wish list as well.
Yeah.
And if you look on my channel, I will zoom in a texture. And this, by the way, a texture shift, which is really interesting to see. It's
Yeah.
difficult to capture on camera, but yeah, you can see the energy symbol and everything slightly to the left.
Yeah, there's a slight shift to it, isn't there? You know
Yeah,
what? I saw an Elisa Sparkle like that, and I almost
yeah,
bought it because I was thinking, oh, it's got a texture shift on it. But yeah, you could see when you
yeah.
showed the close up to it, it did look
It's
amazing.
very, very different.
I think that card's underrated, by the way. A lot of
Oh
people are
yeah,
not giving it the credit it deserves. It's such an amazing artwork.
amazing.
I just think it's epic. Yeah, the amount of detail in that card
Yeah,
and how it's composed is really, really nicely done.
I think this one. I think Jura Sasumo. I think is was it the winner of the illustration contest? I'm not sure, or
Yeah,
at least one in the top 100 or something like that. And this artist, ever since he made illustrations officially, I think he's been killing it.
yeah,
Really amazing,
absolutely.
amazing stuff. The last box hit the Arita Boss Order Cyrus.
Yeah,
I really like it so well. Not the pool I wanted for myself because it's so cheap, and I think it's the whole discussion with VSTAR Universe. All the cars are cheap.
yeah.
You rather get your
Abs-
money back.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and I think one of our friends, OKJ Love, has touched on this as well in one of his
Yeah,
videos. Is around look, if you're buying boxes at reseller prices, you are going to be losing money. Yeah,
most
pretty much
likely.
guaranteed. Even at MSRP, a lot of people are just breaking even, and
Yeah,
if you're looking at monetary value, then it's not worth it. If you're thinking about opening boxes for the fun of it, then it's definitely worth having. High class sets. They're my favorite sets. I can open hundreds of them and not
countless.
get
Yeah,
bored. But it's all around having fun around them.
indeed. Second box, Radiant Charizard.
Excellent card. I love how Charizard is in an icy background.
Yeah,
It's a
super nice.
really nice card. That one.
It reminds me of a Crystal Charizard for some reason.
Yeah,
And Lapras artware. It's very nice as well. And which Thievul.
Feeble. Yeah,
Almost. This one is very comic-y.
yeah. It's by
Yeah.
NC Empire, isn't it? That one, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, they do some really good comic style artwork. I do love
Yeah.
their work. Yeah, as you say, it's like four colors, and it's just a bit like the
Very nice.
coughing character rare, wasn't it? Which
Correct.
was a very limited color palette, gave it a comic book look as well.
Really, really like it. Really like the
Yeah.
style. And then Cricket Tune, was it?
Yes.
Or Cricket Tot, I don't know.
And this
But
card is literally spot how many Pokemon you can see in the background because it
yeah,
is literally Cricketune has attracted quite a few different species of Pokemon while it's playing
much
its
value.
tune there.
Much value, one card. Yeah. Amazing
Yeah,
card. Don't like
absolutely.
the Pokemon myself, but that's what it is.
Yeah,
And then Entei is very nice, special
yeah,
art rare. Some people don't like it. I do like it, but
I think it's a stunning card. Again, I
yeah,
think it's another one of those that people don't like it because of the way that Ente's standing with its feet and its composition.
yeah,
But I think it looks amazing. I think this is one of those that's gonna, look good in years to come when you look back at this set.
yeah.
I think some people might regret not picking that one up.
The card looks way nicer in hand. You can see all the volcano lines
Yeah,
on the. It's difficult to show off. When
yeah,
you see the foil, when it hits just right, it's a very nice card. But
yeah,
I think that's the whole thing with Shiganori Negishi. It's the whole distinctive style. Some
yep,
people like it, some people don't like it. Same with the Blaziken VMAX special art
yeah,
from 2021. It's just the
yeah,
way it is.
yeah.
Then my favorite pull of my three
W-
boxes
What a stunning pull that was.
is Adamant Super Rare.
Yeah,
And this card also just the same, when you see it in hand, you can see the texturing. I think it's very nice.
yeah.
Really, really recommend picking that card up if you like the Legends game. And I will just go faster now. It's my first box. Sadly, not as exciting. Really like this Ditto though.
Yep. A lot of people first thought that was Nummel when it's actually Ditto. You can tell by the eyes and the mouth. But yeah.
Correct. This
Oh, this is
Mew.
one that I'm missing from my AR collection. The Mew. I was so hoping to pull
Nice.
this one. It is very reminiscent of the one in Evolutions, isn't it? Um,
Correct.
yeah,
And same one. And this
Kricketune
one, my
again.
first pull. That's a nice one.
Yeah,
And the texturing is also very nice on this. I think they will really kill it. And
yeah,
this texturing will not be the same as in Crown of Venus. I just that's just
yeah. This is the thing. Yeah,
yeah,
Japanese texturing. I mean, when
yeah,
you like me and Zakariya, we've got collections. We've got the English version and the Japanese version of cards. When you see the difference in hand, there's no comparison, and a
no,
lot of people don't understand who've never seen a Japanese card. The
correct,
texturing is just on another level. Some people like it, some people don't. I mean, I think if for me, Japanese adds an extra dimension to it with the Japanese texturing.
correct,
You just don't get that with English texturing. It just doesn't give you that depth that you get, and the multiple different layers of texturing either.
correct.
Cool.
Back to you, Tosh.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about what I've picked up. So we'll start off with something that's not VSTAR Universe. Picked up this young lady finally.
Ooh,
Yeah, this was
nice.
missing from my collection, and you know what? I thought, Taj, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to do what I usually do. We know that when a card gets released, when the next set drops, the price drops as well. Serena, no. So Serena, for those of you who don't know, I only realized this when I went to play Silver Tempest pre-release, or what Serena actually does as a card, and it is super playable. This is like I can't remember what it's like a boss's order and something else all in one card.
Yeah, you discard
Um,
a couple of
yeah,
cards, and then you can draw up to 5 in your hand, or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's
Which is
it's bonkers.
fantastic.
It's such a
Yeah,
super playable card, and because of the artwork in Japan, the price didn't go down. This just went up and up, and I managed to pick one up from a UK seller at a fairly reasonable price. So happy with that. There's a slight damage to it, but that's fine. For me, it's going in my binder. You can barely notice it. Then I've picked up a few cards for my from VSTAR Universe. So we'll start off with this by Shibuzu. It is a
very nice.
Hisuian samurai, isn't it? I always get confused. Is it Hisuian or
Yes,
Galarian?
Suyin.
It's Hisuian, isn't it? Yeah. And it very much reminiscent of the Galarian Moltres, with the sort of fiery background there and the symmetrical look of it. So I needed to get this very cheap card. I obtained it from Japan in my recent sort of card purchases, and I just wanted to add that to my collection. So that was really, really cool. I also, from one of my friends, Just Jack on Twitter, he approached me. He opened a booster box, pulled a card he didn't need, and he offered it to me at a very reasonable price,
Wow.
which is one of my chase cards from the set, Elisa Sparkle, the alternate art from V-Star Universe. Such a stunning card. And thank you to Jack. I've added that to my collection at a very, very reasonable price. So he did me a mate's rate, which was very good. And then you guys have met our friend Ryan from Brayish Gaming, Kado Collectibles. They do a live stream where they open booster boxes, and I was fortunate enough to catch, I think, the first two or three boxes before I had to go to bed for work. and I managed to snag a couple of cards. So one of them was this to complement my Charizard UPC Charizard. It's the Mewtwo, which is the alternative aspect of the battle. This
Yes.
is from Mew's eyes rather than
Amazing.
Charizard's eyes. Absolutely stunning card, and there's a little
Amazing.
Diglett in the corner down there. There's this, there's so much going on in this card. Some people don't like these cards because they think there's just too much noise going on in it. For me, every time you look at it, there's something new that you're seeing. It's just amazing. And this one's done by Gossan. I think the other one was done by a different artist, but the artists obviously worked
Yeah.
together to make sure that the artwork matched up so that you got both perspectives of this battle. So yeah, so that was a really cool one. And then finally, I did pick up a full art supporter from the Kado sale as well, which was good old Friends in Hisui, or Hisui and
Very nice.
Friends, whichever way you want to say it.
It's a nice card.
um, yeah, really nice card. I might put this in that frame I got with my reader box.
Why
And
not? You
yeah,
know.
yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, so I've really made some inroads into my full art support collection. But yeah, that's my pickups. So yeah, so that's what me and Zakariya picked up. Talking about VSTAR Universe, let's go straight into it. So you've seen some of these cards now, but obviously on the 4th of November when the set launched
December.
um 2nd of December, didn't it? Yeah. So there's an update on the article where once well, Zakariya was making sure that we were getting all the official reveals. So whenever there were new images revealed on the official website, they were
Yes.
getting put onto this page. And then on release day, we got some really good high quality scans of the cards that officially didn't get revealed on the website. They're all available on PokeGuardian, so go and check it out. S12A V-Star Universe, all SAR cards is the article name. And yeah, we've literally got images of all of them. So there's 37 ARs, 35 SARs, 6 SR supporters, 8 SR energies, and 4 UR cards. What's really interesting here is that, from my understanding, the URs, I think you can put them together and make an image of the volcano.
Yeah.
Somebody did put that together. It looks like it does fit, but I'm not 100% sure that's the case or not. It's interesting that the way it was put together.
That's a
Um,
very nice one. Done by
yeah, and
Akira
obviously
Aikawa.
the energy cards. Wow, if you've seen the energy cards in this set, these SR, I mean, they've got you basically hold it up in a different angle, and the texture gives you something different. So you either get the Pokeball symbol or you get the energy symbol. Looks stunning, absolutely amazing. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult to capture it on camera. I don't think every video that I've seen where people have tried to demonstrate it. Oh, there you go. You can see it there. Saw the lightning there, and then the Pokeball. Yep, perfect. But I think yeah, unless you see these cards, you don't understand. And it's a real shame that we can't use these
Yes.
in English decks. I mean, the energy cards, for God's sake, why can't we put them into English decks? You don't need to know the text on them.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing to bling your deck up with. So some amazing cards in this set. Gardenia's Vigor is a stunning card, in my opinion. You've got some other cards in here. Raihan is a really nice looking card. Cynthia's Ambition. Then you've got the 9 AR cards that match
Yes.
up together and create an image. Now, this is a really interesting one because you cannot pull these as individual ARs from booster boxes. They only come in a God pack. And nobody knew this until people started opening booster boxes. And when they did start to open booster boxes, first initially people were selling them fairly cheap. And then they realized, hold on a minute,
Yeah.
this
Difficult.
is like not easy to pull. It's in a God pack. They have to be together. And yeah, the value of them has skyrocketed. But yeah, they make an interesting, nice 9-page picture, don't they, Zakariya?
Yeah, absolutely. And they did tease that with Crown Zenith before, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken. So we already kind of knew, hey, this was coming,
Yeah.
but not as a god pack in Japan. So I'm very curious what they're going to do with Crown Zenith. I do think it's going to be an individual pull with the English version.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very. I think this one in the future will be quite expensive as a whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are your other highlights from this? I know there's a nice
Yes.
Komiya Orekoryo.
Yes. I do need that one still, but again, the whole discussion with VSTAR Universe is
Yeah,
it is a couple of euros essentially.
yeah,
But you already held a couple of my chase cards in hand, which is Elisa Sparkle
yeah,
and one of the Friends cards, his Sui Friends. I do want his Sui Friends cards and his Sinnoh Friends.
yeah,
But yeah, honestly, to be fair, I like VMAX Climax better.
yeah,
And the whole thing about Vista Universe is they are pretty cards, but I really like the trainer and the Pokemon character rare and character super rare bond. And you can see it somewhat with the supporter special art rare cards.
yeah,
You can see the Pokemon featured in there, but not on the V cards. And that's such a shame. Then on the other hand, they had to do something different. And
yeah,
I like the set, just not as much as VMAX Climax. In a very short, answer what I do think of the set. But then again, when Crown Zenith will come out, I will pick up some of these nice cards in English to play my deck. I will pick up eventually some of these cards. Amazing artwork. We got like 40 new artists as well,
yep,
and really hope they will stay. I think they are there to stay. Some of them have already illustrated some concept cards, and now they are just having their own well deserved illustration. I think if I had to choose my all time favorite card of the SAR cards, it would probably be the Suicune,
yep.
because that one looks, in my opinion, very nice. But it's very difficult to choose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I find it's a struggle to pick
yeah,
my favorite from
yeah,
from the SARs. For me, like Raihan, I think is a really nice atmospheric card.
yeah,
It captures, a fan meeting their superhero as such and getting an autograph. It just seems really nice.
correct.
I do like the three legendary dogs as well. Like I think they really complement each other well. Like you say, Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. They're very different, but when you put them all together, they look really nice together,
Correct.
and capture the essence of what each of those Pokemon are about. But yeah, again, this set is great, but is it VMAX Climax level? Again, I
Mm,
did. I think time will tell, but there's
yeah,
nothing here that I think with VMAX Climax, there's a lot of cards. I was like, I need that, I need that, I need that. With this, it's like they're nice cards, but
yeah,
there's not
correct.
so. Maybe we're spoiled. I don't know because we
I
had
think
so
so.
many sort of
Yeah,
special art cards over the last year, 18 months that we might have just got spoiled, rotten. And it's like these. If you'd have taken these and given me these 2 years ago, I'd be like blown away.
absolutely.
So it's the end of the era. We've got this, and I think again, it's one of those we probably appreciate it more in a couple of years' time as a set. How will it rank across the high class sets? Probably in the top 3, 4 high class sets, I think.
Yeah,
But VMAX Climax is probably still up there as the best, I think.
yeah. I, I,
Simply from a artwork point of view, and as you were saying, from the story of
yeah.
the characters' relationship with the Pokemon was just something special with that one.
Yeah, I think VMAX Climax had the shock factor, as in character records returned, which
Yeah,
everyone liked from Dream League and Cosmic
yeah,
Eclipse, and then on steroids, essentially.
yeah, absolutely.
That's the whole thing. And with a V-Star Universe, still nice set, amazing artwork. I think this no doesn't hit as big as VMAX Climax. Don't get me wrong, I will pick these up if I can see them for retail any
Yeah,
day. I will pick up loads of them, but I like VMAX Climax better, and I think it's the whole debate. And in the end, they complement each other. They are two different, apples and pears. If that's yeah, that's the whole thing about the set. If you like this kind of art, go for it. Can't blame you. If I had to pick right now, VMAX Climax.
yeah. Absolutely. And some interesting info that you've got in that article is around one of our sources who works in a card store. So it took them 80 boxes to pull a whole set. The same source said it took another store 200 boxes for 3 sets. So obviously it's not a huge sample size, but that gives you an idea. You're going to have to open 5, 6 cartons of this stuff potentially. Is it 20 boxes to a carton actually?
I
I'm
think
not
so.
sure, 12 or 20. It might be
I'm not
20, I think. Yeah. Well, 3 or 4 cartons to get
sure.
a master set. So it's not cheap, you know. That's why the
Um,
god packs I think are sort of retailing for more. There are chase cards in this set as well, which retail for more as well. Okay, let's move on to the next story. So we have got Scarlet and Violet sets were officially revealed. So 9th of December. So, this is pretty standard protocol in Japan. A set comes out. The following Friday, you start getting leaks and official information about the next set to start building the hype up. And Scarlet EX, Violet EX officially got revealed. Interesting stuff here that it's going to be called SV1S, Scarlet SV1V, Violet. They showcase some of the EX cards to get the hype up, and obviously the legendary. I can't remember their names. What are these legendary creatures called? Uh,
Miraidon and Koraidon, you mean?
that's the ones,
Yeah.
yes. From the two games from the Paldea region, and a few other cards like Growlithe, and we've got a few other things, and two professors as well. So we got Professor Turo and Professor Sada, and they're
Yes.
both Professor's Research cards. So we know the Professor's Research card's going to continue. I think that's going to be a staple going forward anyway, as we know
Yeah.
with Boss's Order and Professor's Research. Just
Correct.
seems to be a continuing card in the standard format, which I don't think we're going to lose. And they have got regulation mark G on both those cards, so they will stay in standard format. So you can probably still use your older versions of Professor's Research in standard
Yeah.
legal play, because they have got the same card name and same card text. So if you've got full arts of, Professor Magnolia, you can still use her as well going forward. So yeah, great stuff. And again, the new regulation rules for Japan were revealed as well, based on this, and obviously some more cards from. I think we've got a premium box starter decks as well coming as well.
Yes.
So there's a premium trainer box, so that gives you a lot of sort of staple cards if you're building decks. Very useful for Japanese players. I mean, we've had previous ones. I remember opening the Pikachu and Zekrom one in the
Yes.
tag team era as well. I've got the box just
Correct.
on my shelf up here. Really useful for players. Not so useful maybe if you're outside of Japan, because you get some packs in there and the stuff in there might not be applicable to you. And then we got starter packs which come with promo packs in them as well. So you get one promo card, I think, from the promo packs, and each deck there's you can potentially get two deck specific cards, I think, and then
Sure.
there's two other cards. So there's a combination of 8 potential cards, but there's certain cards you
Yeah.
can only get with certain decks, which are 2 exclusive cards per deck. So if you want to collect all 8 of them, it's going to be picking them up as singles or buying multiple decks. Um,
From what I heard is the what you get in the booster box, the
yep,
loose packs, the blue pack, chrome pack. Not sure, but the content should be the same.
yeah, yeah. I
I'm not
think I
sure.
read the same as well off the official
Yeah.
website. I think it did hint at that. That was
Yeah.
with Google Translate, obviously. so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think
We
you're
will
right
see.
there.
We will
But I mean,
see.
from the cards revealed, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, what do you think of what the EX cards look like? We're going back to sort of a
Mm.
half art EX card style.
The first impression is nice. Then again, will it be as nice as Sword and Shield? They have something to prove, and they promised. The creatures incorporated. They will make cards more exciting.
Yep.
And we have seen the Arcanine EX now, which is a Terra type, and that one has texturing similar to VMAX cards, VSTAR cards. So that will be the VMAX-ish hit of the set. There's others, probably Gyarados EX is also teased in the English equivalent as a Terra type. But yeah, so far I'm not really crazy about it, but that's okay. They need to, take a breather, reset everything, and then they will catch up later in the spring. That's just
Yeah.
how it's going to be. And with that, I mean, we will talk about later with the upcoming sets in April, which is called Clayburst and Snow Hazard. That will rank up, the hype a little bit more. But for now, it's just a base set, like each generation is. Sword and Shield base set wasn't as exciting. Zacian V was a meta game at the time. Sun and Moon base set also, again, so slow month up ahead.
Yeah.
You have to keep that in mind. So far, I'm not very exciting. Stage 1 and Stage 2, like we discussed, are coming back. Some of them have very high HP. And we have seen Ultra Ball confirmed, and Nest Ball is returning, by the way, as well.
Yep.
Also more Crushing Hammer and all these staple cards. Some of them are, again, like I said, Nest Balls from Sun and Moon, last seen. So
Yeah.
that's a very exciting one. Quick Ball is, from what it seems, rotating out. So we're getting Nest Ball in return. Yeah, we will see what happens. I don't think EX cards right now will change the metagame, especially when VMAX and VSTARs are still around. But in the future, when the full Sword and Shield block is rotating out, we might see some big changes. But for now, from this set, yeah, it's just, if you like it, go for it. I personally am not going to pick up anything. I don't feel like it. Yeah, in my opinion, not as terrible. We are coming from VSTAR Universe. I'm
Yeah,
sorry to say
exactly.
this.
And I think you're right in the sense that the
Yeah,
base set for every generation has been quite vanilla. There's not
yeah,
really anything outstanding in it. You might
correct.
get a full art supporter, which might end up being a chase card. But again, it's one of those sets. I think maybe even myself, I'll probably open maybe one, at the most two booster boxes of each set, and then I'll just be buying singles. It's not going to excite me enough to open any more than that. Yeah. And
Correct.
some of the other products I probably won't even bother with, like the starter decks and the premium trainer box. If I can get a MSRP, then great. But otherwise, I don't think it's
Yeah.
worth picking up as such. So yeah, they come
Yes.
out 20th of January, not long to go now. About 3.5 weeks away,
Correct.
um, in Japan. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about the English version of Scarlet and Violet. So that was revealed. The MSRP is increased, so that's something that we need to talk about. And what I've been campaigning for 5 years. I hate yellow borders. Hashtag I hate yellow
Yes.
borders was the hashtag I created 5 years ago to just basically demonstrate how much I dislike yellow borders in English. Once you understand how the art is composed and how the artists build cards, and then you see some of that translate into English with yellow borders, it doesn't work well. So they're sticking to the original Japanese colors now. They're finally changing the border color. This is huge news.
Yeah.
And again, yellow borders are like what we call in England Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of
Absolutely.
people either love yellow borders because of the nostalgia fact of it, or people hate them because they just look very out of date and they don't fit
Yeah.
the current art style for Pokemon. But let's talk about the set first. So it's revealed we're going to be getting it as we knew, as a combined set. Happens every time. We don't get, like Japan, a split set. We're going to get one combined set, Scarlet and Violet. It's obviously going to be a combination of the two sets. We've seen what the new energy looks like, very bland for the first year, as you'd expect. And we've seen the starters. And again, we've seen the professor's research cards, and we have seen Coraidon and Miraidon EX. I can read them here because it's in English, so it's good. Revealed as well. And then we've seen official artwork as well. So I'm assuming this is going to be on the pack artwork, merchandising, and obviously some of the tournament playmats as well, probably. Big in so this is going to be released on, did they give us a release date?
Yes. March 31st.
Yep. So obviously in January we've got Crown Zenith coming out. I think same date as Scarlet and Violet in Japan are coming out. I think 20th of January.
Not sure.
I think Crown Zenith is coming out around that time. I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
So
Correct.
yeah, and then this comes out 2 months later in March, end of March, March 31st. You're going to see the first Scarlet and Violet set. We're obviously going to see starter boxes come out before that with the promos, but the packs will be of older sets, not Scarlet and Violet generation. But yeah, MSRP change. So this is really interesting. So the MSRP price of packs is currently $3.99. It's going up to £4.49. That translates the same in England. In the UK, it's £3.99. So I'm assuming we'll be going up to £4.99,
Yeah.
£4.49. Sorry, but they have said the way packs are going to be composed is going to be different now. So historically in Japan, what happens? You open a booster pack, you get 5 cards. In a box, you're going to get 15 hits. Every other pack, you're going to get a holo or better. So rares in Japan are always holos. They are now mirroring what Japan does. So as well as the borders being mirrored, holos, rare cards are now going to all be holo borders. Well, we don't know if the borders are holo. I'm assuming there will be.
See.
We haven't
Yeah.
seen a holo yet.
Let's hope.
But I'm assuming if we're going to go for the silver borders, we're going to follow the holo patterns as well. But they are guaranteeing 3 holos or better per pack. Which I think is fantastic. You know, if you're going to be increasing the price, and that is obviously driven by economies of scale and the cost of materials going up and transportation, which we all know costs. You know, inflation's quite high in most Western countries at the moment, so it's inevitable the prices would go up. But they're actually giving us something free for that as well. They're giving us 3 holos or better guaranteed from a pack. Obviously, this is going to devalue holos, I think, obviously, because you're
Yes.
getting so many more because you
Correct.
guaranteed them from packs. So, um, to be fair, though, in the last 3-4 years, they weren't really worth much holos unless they were playable. So, I don't think that's going to have too much of an impact on the secondary market, but it's great for collectors. I think you're going to be getting a lot better pull rates. You're going to be
Yes.
collecting cards. Well, the pull rates, you used to get 1 rare in a pack. You're now getting 3 rares. So comparing them to Japanese sets, you're going to find it a lot easier to start building up the bulk of the set before you're hitting double R's and triple R's. And I don't know whether we're going down that rarity route as well, as far as card rarities are concerned. Because at the
Yeah.
moment we still got stars on the bottom. So if you look at the professor's
Yeah.
research, Professor Sada, Professor Turo are both star at the bottom, so that's rare. Fuechek, Fuecoco,
Yes.
Sprigerato,
Yeah.
and Quaxley are all common. They've got the dot.
Yes.
And then Maraudon EX has got a double star symbol to
That is new.
signify that it's as we'd say in Japan, an RR
Mm.
card. So
Yeah.
that's the new symbols on cards, which is quite interesting to see. I might have to do a new video to update people on what the symbols mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite interesting. What are your thoughts on the price change and the change in pack guaranteed pulls from a pack?
Yeah. I think, like you said, the pull rates, if there are sets are like 200 cards big, yeah, Scarlet Violet base set is 198 cards large. So
Yes,
some holo.
198 before you get to full arts.
Yes, exactly. Those are like 50s as well.
I know that
But
includes full arts. Sorry, before you get to secret
full out
cards.
secret,
Yeah.
yes, sure. But yeah, I've struggled. I remember playable holos. They are as difficult to pull as EX cards,
Yep.
and now you have 3 times more chance to pull it from a pack, and that is very nice. Because what you want as a player, you want duplicates of playable cards.
Yep.
And on pre-release, I always say this to the last couple of years, give us more guarantees. And now we have more guarantee on a holo card you need. I don't know if they are going to adjust the reverse holo cards. I think it will still be one. But yeah, very, very positive change. The uniformity with Japan. Also, the set symbol is also saying SV1EN.
Yep.
It's also almost uniform to the Asian side of Pokemon cards, which is very welcoming as well. Yeah, I'm very happy so far. Very positive. The Elite Trainer box, by the way, also gives you a guaranteed full art promo in every box now. Before that, it was only in special sets like
Yep.
Crown Zenith, Hidden Fates, Shining Fates. Now in every set, so that will be very nice, and also an extra booster pack. So that's also, I think it's like line
Okay.
9 now. Now it's
Yep.
8. So that's very positive as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the price increases we are actually getting a lot more for your money. I think it all goes
correct.
down to look, they're going to have to transport these in
Yeah,
volume anyway. If
correct.
they give you a little bit more with it, the price increase doesn't hit you so hard. Um, and I think they are. And it sounds like they've been listening to our conversations on Twitter, because we always have conversations about, look, the pull rates are horrendous in English. The
Yeah.
sets are just bloated. You can't find the cards you're looking for. If you're a player opening stuff, if you're a collector and a player, and you want to open packs to get cards, you're not going to find the cards you're looking for. Simple, unless you're opening
Yes.
cartons of booster boxes, which costs a fortune. So now it gives people an opportunity, as you're saying, to be able to get a lot of those harder to find stage 2 hollows, stage 1, because it looks like in Scarlet and Violet they're encouraging more stage 2 cards to come back in play. We've seen
Yes.
a sort of drift from that in recent years with GXs and Vs and V stars and tag team where you're getting more basic big Pokemon out as quick as you can. But even with the EX cards, you can see the ones that are worth getting out with some amazing abilities are the stage 2 ones. So it's worth you building that up. So, and we might get rare candy back as well. Never know.
Yeah, I think that one will still fare well. Rare candy. I
Yeah.
think it's a staple for these cards.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, really interesting stuff. Really looking forward to seeing it. I was gonna stop collecting English booster packs, English sets, and I have winded down recently. I have to say I've hardly opened any the last few sets, but this might attract my interest again, and we'll see how we do. So that's Scarlet and Violet in English. So yeah, keep an eye for that. We'll be giving you more information as it officially reveals on PokeGuardian. Right, rumor Pokemon card game Scarlet and Violet dual set Snow Hazard and Clayburst coming for April 2023. Zakariya, do you want to lead with this story? We're very excited about
Yes.
this, aren't we?
It's not a rumor anymore. I
Yep.
forgot to adjust that. But yes, dual set is the. So what the schedule is, we have Scarlet and Violet 1. So EX Scarlet, EX and Violet EX, releasing January 20th. And I think we got the first expansion enhanced set, which is called Triplet Beat. And that's going to release on, let me check what date, March 10.
Yep.
And then we have the second dual set, Snow Hazard and Clayburst. And let me, again,
April
it's
14th, these are
April,
being
April
released. Yeah.
14th, indeed. The regular 30-pack booster box. And what it contains is, which one? I think Clayburst contains Iono. And
That's going to
yeah,
be my chase card.
I think that's going to be a chase card for
Yeah.
many people. And also one was Grisha. What's it called again? The other trainer.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, Grusha. Yes,
Yeah.
Grusha. Yes. So that's also going to contain and all the two, I think, legendaries or something like that. I have not played the game S4 yet. Only 10, like maybe 8 hours. But Qian Pao and Ting Lu are going to be included in both, in each set. And that's going to be very exciting. If you played and finished the game, you might know what we are talking about. I have no idea what these Pokemon are.
I've only
I
played
think
about an hour of the game, and I've
yes,
not got back to it.
I've seen some of the images indeed, but yeah, it makes sense,
Yeah.
especially for the Snow Hazard title. But yeah, honestly, there's a whole merchandise line releasing along with it, and then there's also a very unique one on the same day. There's a starter set, Pikachu special set coming. That is going to be very exciting. I'm not sure what it exactly is. I assume one promo with some products in there, and for like 2,000 yen or something like that.
Yep.
That makes sense. It's not a full set, but something, a specialty novelty product. And along with those two sets, there's also going to release a Pokemon Center gym set with features Iono on there. And I think that's the one you need to get.
Yep.
What gym sets are Pokemon Gym in Japan are like the Pokemon Store League equivalent here. Pokemon leagues that are in a local game store essentially,
Yep.
and those stores are qualified to sell these kind of products. And Pokemon Center Japan will also sell them. But yeah, it includes one booster box each of Snow Hazard and Claim Burst, and on top of that, deck sleeves, deck box, apparently some storage dividers, and a car storage box. But we all know, the Iono is going to be very popular. Iono is very popular in general. Yeah, if you want a product, it's going to be this. Similar to the Marnie Legendary Heartbeat Gym set, the Shiny Star V Nessa set as well. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
interesting though is that the release date of the special set is 6 weeks after these sets are coming out. So the release date is showing as 26th of May
which one?
rather than the 14th of April,
On,
according
on, on the gym set?
by the looks of it. Oh, have I got that
No,
mixed up?
no, no, April 14th, same
Oh, it's
day.
coming out April 14th. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I've right, cool. So yeah, that's another
Yeah.
one to look out for. So I really want to get that Pokemon Gym Center, Pokemon Card Gym box. Absolutely amazing, but it's going to be so difficult to get hold of. I think they might even do
Correct.
on Pokemon Center Japan might do a lottery on that again, or
Yes.
made to order as well potentially because that's been very
I,
successful recently. But I
I,
doubt it. I think
I
it's going to be
doubt
more
it.
of a lottery to begin
Yes.
with, and then possibly you don't know what they're going to do with it going forward. But that's April to look forward to, and yeah. So we've talked about the Pokemon Center gym set. So that's an interesting one as well. So we'll move on to the Marnie Extra Battle Day promo card. So in Japan, you have Extra Battle Day, which is like an expanded tournament where you can
Yes.
use expanded cards, and that happens quite often. They'll be held. These particular tournaments are going to be held from the 16th of December onwards, so they've been going on for a couple of weeks now in Pokemon card gym stores in Japan. And for you participating, I believe you get the Marnie promo, don't you?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so quite easy to obtain if you just go and participate in one of these. But I believe that a lot of the stores get a lot of people wanting to attend these as well. So
Yeah.
capacity fills
Can
up very
imagine.
quickly. From one of our friends has told us, he used to live in Japan. He used to tell us these are very popular tournaments. People do tend to go to them just to get the promo. But expanded is huge in Japan. Unlike here in the West, we don't play as much expanded, but in Japan it is massive.
Mm.
So yeah, beautiful looking promo. Marnie chilling at home by the looks of it. Um, yeah, what can I say? Just a normal. Is it a normal Marnie card? I think it
It's a
is, isn't
normal
it?
one. No
Yeah,
hollow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to look at the text. Yes, it is standard Marnie card with a new artwork. And it is promo 340 S P, so of the Sword and Shield era. What do you think about this one? I mean, we had some previous ones, didn't we? We had Mallow, Lana, Cynthia
Same, you know.
previously in the Sword and Shield era. Going back further, we've had How, the Acerola,
Yeah.
Guzma, and
Full
Lily.
arts. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
those
expensive ones.
those are my biggest regrets of
Yeah.
2019. I wish I'd bought those when they were cheap.
Yeah. The only thing is, those were expensive at the time as well.
Yeah,
So I can imagine, I didn't pick them up,
yeah,
for me to act at the time in the market too expensive.
yeah,
And right now, it's like if you see that for €1,000, you will go for it. But you didn't know any better. That's the
yeah,
whole thing. That's the whole discussion. Uh,
yeah.
€1,000 in that market in 2019 was a very big number for a modern card. So yeah. On the other hand, if you win some prizes, one of the prizes are a promo pack, which
Yes.
include expanded staples. And I wish we have gotten such a tournament, honestly, or at least could get a hold of some of these expanded promos.
Yeah.
Because Floatstone, VS Secret, Trainers Mill, Battle Compressor, the Dynamic GX, Computer Search, Ace Pack, Mew from Fates Collide, Execute from Black and White with amazing ability. Come on, it's
Yeah.
amazing prizes, and it makes you wonder what are we doing? Will they will TPCI, Pokemon Company International, will they do more with expanded? Because I remember in Japan they were released some of those expanded boxes in the past, which
Yes.
include a lot of expanded staples, Mini X and this and that. I was always jealous of that, but TPCI almost don't encourage, like you say, expanded play, which is very sad to see.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
at the moment, I mean, I've seen this in Magic myself, Magic the Gathering. Standard used to be huge before COVID, and now it's non-existent
yeah,
because people realize the cost of certain decks. Pokemon's not at that stage where standard decks are ridiculously expensive in comparison to other card games.
yes,
So I think Pokemon can get away with just keeping a standard format more relevant, but depending on how things go, I mean, they're very good at printing enough product, but not too much to meet
yeah,
the demands of the market. And a lot of people think, oh, Pokemon don't print enough. They do. Trust me. You haven't seen what's happening in other card games and other markets. So yeah, I think Pokemon hasn't reached that tipping point where standard decks are so super expensive that expanded starts to be picked
interesting.
up.
Yeah,
Um, where expanded could be massive, but again, there's such a large card pool. If you've not been playing recently, you can be quite easily sort of almost not bullied, but you'd be put off because people who've got older cards and know the mechanics of older sets and cards would just wipe the floor with you.
yeah,
So that's where standard keeps everything fresh, gives new players a better perspective to come in, learn. I mean, so yeah, but expanded has got a place, and I think, as you say, the Pokemon Company International could be missing a trick here. They could, if they promoted expanded a bit more,
yeah.
you could have that running in parallel with standard in tournaments at a higher level. But yeah,
Correct.
great promo pack. When I saw some of those
Yeah,
cards like Floatstone and VS Secret, I was
it's
like, yeah,
fantastic.
those people who know about what those cards can do and how they can influence your deck. Yeah, fantastic stuff. So those are available in Japan as we speak. If you're there and can get to one of these tournaments in a local Pokemon card gym store. Now then, let's talk about something very interesting. The Arcanine, Greninja, and Bulbasaur Pokemon TCG illustration contest winners. Free promos. We knew they were coming to the Pokemon Center in Japan, but something caught us a bit by surprise when it was announced that you can apply to get a code to redeem these if you reside in the UK, USA, or Canada, which happen to be three locations where there is an online Pokemon Center website which you can order from. So they're basically giving away 10,000 codes, I believe. What you got to do is go onto the registration website, register yourself to receive a code, and then you will get emailed at some point a code to redeem when you've got till I think September next year, 2023, to redeem this code.
Yes,
Once you get it, you got to spend $30 Canadian or US or £30 on products on the Pokemon Center store, and you'll get these promos guaranteed. Similar to what they did with the special delivery Charizard, the distribution method of that. So yeah, interesting stuff. So we've seen these in Japan. It's pretty much first come, first serve in Japan on the Pokemon Center, online and in store. And depending on demand, they might release more or not. That's what Japan have said. But everyone had a chance to get those. A bit different here. They've got a limited number, which they're going to be distributing codes out for. First of all, I think it's amazing and great that they're actually introducing these in English. But then
yes,
again, the competition was open internationally as well. So you would have hoped they would have allowed us to obtain them now as well. So it's the first year we've had the illustration competition open to US competitors and international. So great that they're actually distributing these to us as well. But on the flip side, for my friends like Zakariya in Europe, not so easy to obtain.
yeah,
So it is again, it's positive in one sense, but let's open it up to everyone. Give everyone
yeah.
the
And
opportunity.
Scarlet Violet is taking place in Paldea, which I think was based off Spain,
Yep.
if I recall correctly. I mean, comp, please TPCI, what are you doing? If you are not planning a Pokemon Center right now, I think you are losing out on profit. But I honestly don't think what is holding them back. European regulations or something like that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
With UK, they were preparing for Brexit. They will have different regulations as EU standards, 100%. But what's holding them back? Honestly, they are losing out on. We want to spend money
Yeah,
on Pokemon Center. So what is keeping them from not releasing a Pokemon Center Europe? I think it's a shame,
yeah,
honestly.
absolutely. I think that there's definitely the demand for it capability. Maybe I'm just saying this. I mean, it's a shame because of Brexit's ruined everything for everyone. But if that could have been a European Pokemon Center had Brexit not
Yeah,
happened, but potentially they could still be using the UK Pokemon Center as a testing ground on
yes,
getting, because I know that the company that runs the Pokemon Center online also runs, I believe, the Nintendo UK
correct.
store and the European Nintendo online store as well. So potentially they could scale up their business and operations to operate a Pokemon Center EU. Let's hope they do, and give everyone an opportunity in future.
Also in Germany, they released a Pokemon, not a Pokemon Center, but a Pokemon store. Not necessarily, so it's similar to a pop-up store, but from what I recall correctly, it's permanent. So I think they are testing, like you said, testing out the waters.
Yep.
But let's see. Let's see.
Let's hope.
Hmm.
Let's hope. But really interesting. So these will be available. Like I said, you can go onto the PokeGuardian article. There is a link there if you want to know how to register for this. I don't know when it closes, the registration period, but
Be quick.
yeah, just be quick. Go on there, click the
Yeah.
link, and then hope that you get the code. It's not first come first serve. It will be on a lottery based system, I believe. So go and there's no harm in doing that. So just check the article out on PokeGuardian, and yeah, you could potentially end up getting a code if you're in the right region. And I think that is it. That's our
That's
PokeGuardian
it.
podcast for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, anything you want to add, Zakariya, before we go?
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the PokeGuardian podcast in 2022. So this is the last one of this year, and yeah, some things we couldn't. Some things we probably missed. The Q&A we missed. Very sorry for that. But there's always another time for that. And thank you very much, Taj, again for being an awesome host, and every other guest that has appeared this year and up to 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, yeah, thank you, Zakariya, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this as well. I really do
You're
enjoy
welcome.
being part of the podcast. And Zakariya does a lot of hard work in his own time to keep PokeGuardian running, getting those news articles for you. Has got a lot of sources who contribute a lot to the website as well,
Yes.
giving us factual information from Japan, from the Pokemon Company International as well. So thank you to all the contributors who contribute to PokeGuardian as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, again, thank you to all the guests. And yeah, if you want to see more content, Zakariya does post on the PokeGuardian YouTube channel as well. So check out videos that he puts up on there. My channel is obviously PokéTaj. If you haven't checked it out, you can check that out as well. I mainly do Japanese Pokemon card openings, One Piece card game as well nowadays, bit of Digimon. But yes, thank you to everyone who's listened, viewed the podcast this year. Wishing you and your families fantastic seasonal greetings and a happy new year to you all. Take care, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye.
Goodbye.